This happened about 3 years ago when I was living alone in a small apartment complex. It wasn't in the nicest neighborhood, but it was affordable and close to work, so I dealt with it. One night, I got off work around 9 p.m. and decided to stop at the grocery store. It wasn't busy, just a couple of people in line and one cashier. I picked up a few things, paid, and headed for the parking lot. That's when I noticed him. A man leaning against the side of the building, smoking. He was wearing a dark hoodie, hood up, even though it wasn't cold out. At first, I didn't think much of it, but as I passed by, I felt him staring at me. You know that heavy kind of stare where you don't want to look back, but you can feel it. I kept my head down, walked to my car, and left. About halfway home, I noticed headlights in my rearview mirror, a car keeping a steady distance behind me. At first, I thought it was a coincidence, but every turn I made, every street I took, they followed. I tried testing it. I took a longer route, circling a few blocks. They stayed behind me the whole time. My heart was pounding. When I finally pulled into my apartment complex, I thought about driving past it instead of pulling in, but a part of me wanted to believe I was being paranoid, that maybe they'd just been going the same way. So I parked. The car slowed as it passed my building. That's when I saw him, the man from outside the grocery store. He turned his head and looked right at me through the passenger side window. I froze, keys in hand, groceries on the seat. Then the car kept moving, slowly pulling away. I waited until it turned the corner, then grabbed my bags and ran to my apartment, locking the door behind me. But it didn't end there. Around midnight, I woke up to the sound of gravel crunching outside my window. My apartment was on the first floor, and the bedroom window looked out onto the parking lot. I stayed still, holding my breath, listening. Then came 3 slow knocks on the glass. Not hard, just a light tap, tap, tap. I sat there in the dark, phone in my hand, debating whether to call the police. I finally worked up the courage to crawl out of bed and peek through the blinds. No one was there, but on the glass, in the faint reflection of the streetlight, I saw something that made me sick. A greasy handprint smeared across the window. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. The next day, I filed a report with the police. They said they'd increase patrols in the area, but unless he actually broke in, there wasn't much they could do. For weeks, I lived in fear. I bought heavier locks, covered my windows, and always checked over my shoulder when leaving work. He never came back, or at least not that I know of.